Hey there, collectives, and welcome back for a general reading. This is like a channel message here because it's like Spirit has been dealing with me about who you really are and about the things that maybe you have experienced. I guess it's kind of leading on a set apart energy, kind of like the chosen. I see a little girl who may have been ostracized, if you will. This is going to be for those who have experienced a lot of rejection. You could have been that type of child that could see through the BS. You could see the real as a child and people didn't like you for that. You were always chosen out of your family. You may have been the child who may have felt unloved. You may have felt like there was favoritism. There was. But what Spirit wants you to know that all of those things that people have done to you, they have said about you, that's what you needed to go through in order for you to see the hypocrisy and to realize that you're not a part of this world. You are a set apart type of energy. I see a lot of neglect. I see a lot of heartache and pain. Once again, you had to go through these things so that you can identify with it. But I also feel like if you were the one as a child that had to be stronger because of the things that you face, that really is favor, because it puts you in a more advantage than your siblings because they may be crumbling. They may not have the spiritual power, the spiritual strength to stand up towards adversity. So Spirit is telling you to count it all joy and to recall the things that you have been through. Those things have been for a reason. Those things could follow you because you are marked. I feel like you have the stamp of the Most High on you. And even when you were a child here, people did not like you. But why wouldn't people not like a child? It's because some of those people, those adults, were fake, they were fraud, they were hypocrisy. And they knew that it was something special about you that saw that. A lot of times people may have tried to shut you down and shut you up as a child because you were speaking facts and those adults did not want to make the change. No one has did anything to you that they was not supposed to do because it was all a part of your journey here. It's like Spirit wants you to know that whatever your gifts are, they are needed. Your gifts make room for you, but your gifts also, somebody is a magician, a musician here of some type of musical arts. You could play an instrument, you could be a singer. But don't you know that when you channel in that energy, you open up those portals, you open up those other dimensions. It's like your music can open up the skies. It's like your music can open up the other realms so that you can get what you want down here on the earthly plane. I see writers, I see authors, I see people who have a gift of, you could be one of those people here who, let's say if you just so happen to walk in the store and you see somebody here with a crying, agitated baby. You know how, because babies are so inquisitive and so nosy when they're young. You could be that type of person if you were close to this child, they stop crying and they're looking at you. It's like in their innocence because they have not been tainted yet. Babies can see those spirits. They see that aura on you and they see that divine connection here. It's like that mother and nurturing connection here. It's almost like you may have children that flock to you. You may have animals that flock to you. It's because your aura is a divine aura. And you could tell when people are of the dark because they're going to try to shun you because you have the light. You may not have even saw that light on the inside of yourself because of all the things that you have been through. You may have started believing the lies. But yeah, other people, the demons, they see your light. So if you have people deliberately shunning you and not wanting to be around you, it's because they don't want to be exposed and your light exposes them. You could tell because, some people feel like some people may be calling you a miss or a Mr. Goody Two Shoes, but It's just that you are different, quote unquote. You are different. So check it out. I pulled a couple of Divine Feminine's oracle cards out for you. It says, the patrons of impossible causes, I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility too. Somebody could see you manifesting here. Somebody saw you as a threat even as a freaking child. Do you hear me? They saw you as a threat as a child. So imagine how they see you as an adult. So don't take it personal when people shun you. It's because they are of the dark and they are intimidated by your light here. So let's check out Rita of Kashia is telling you. Rita of Kashia. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing here. This video is for somebody here so that you will not be hard on yourself, so that you know that the reason why you may be going through the things that you're going through, it is for a divine reason. It's almost like you may have been kind of like the sacrificial lamb, so to speak, but it's to open up the door for other people. And you're going to have everything you need. There's not going to be any lack found in you. Even if you don't see it, you are abundant. Because to whom much is given, much is required. So you may have not asked for it, but really you did ask for it. Because if you coming down here and you're going through those things, it's because you are very, very powerful. And hopefully this video will remind you of the power of the divine feminine. Whether you are a masculine or a female, a male or a female, you have divine feminine energy in you that is very, very nurturing, but it is very, very intimidating too. So it says here, all right, see what she needs, what she's talking about. Okay, so despite popular belief, wait a minute, is this the same one? Yes, Saint Rita isn't about suffering or martyrdom. Not in this context. Here she is about the miraculous that happens when we choose to be steadfast about something or someone. This does not mean remaining in a situation that is harmful to us. It means knowing that we can believe anything is possible and that everything is ultimately forgivable. Because forgiveness isn't about someone else, it's about freeing ourselves. Some people may dislike you because you have a forgiving heart, but you're still not a fool. I see you forgiving people, but you're still not with them. And I feel like this bothers people. People want you to forgive them and still be around them so that they can do the same things to you. But as a divine chosen person, a set apart energy, you know that forgiving them ain't got nothing to do with them. But in their darkness, they feel like forgiving them means that they have control over you. But it just further proves the darkness that people are in, especially when it comes to those who are of the light here. Don't you know that you are very, very mystical? You are very, very magical. You have magical powers. Yes, you have magical powers here because you are set apart and you are of the light here. So it says the mystic of divine love. Your love is magical. See, when you're dealing with people here who don't love themselves and they are hateful, let's just call it like it is. There are going to be some people that are just right out evil. Okay, there is that type. But you got people who are of the higher light, who are in spite of, they are a cherished, delicate being, a precious, not delicate, but precious. You are precious here. And, you know, sometimes people, I was going to say abuse. Sometimes people, and they do that, but I don't want to use that word. Sometimes people do you wrong because they're jealous of the light that you have in you. And please believe you can be a child and they do you like that too. It usually starts as a child, because when you are a child, you are depending on your mother, your dad, your adults to look out for you. But what if it's your own mother that sees that light in you, and she know that she didn't give it to you because she didn't like you? Don't you know that you can have a karmic mother? Don't you know that you can have, I know, right? At the time of your life when you need that feminine, nurturing mother energy, that's going to be the time when, if you are the light, it's going to start as a child, and it's going to be from someone close to you, the one who's supposed to protect you, to nurture you. And they're not going to be the ones that give you your insight. It's going to be the Most High, because it's already in you. And a lot of times your mother figure, a grandmother figure, a older female figure is going to be the one that's going to test you the most, because that's going to be the time that you really need that loving, nurturing motherly energy. But that's only going to make you a better mother. It's going to make you a better feminine here, because you're going to understand what it feels like to be rejected. It says love is divine and I am nothing except love. So see, the reason why you went through those things as a child was because you needed the love from your mother, from whoever was responsible for you. But little do you know that you were all the love that you and even your whole family needed. But it's because everybody grows and are born into the darkness. They have to find their way out of the light. You were born into darkness, but you came out of the darkness with the light. And some of your family members did not have that light attached to them, because you were the one, you were the chosen one in that genealogy, in that lineage of your bloodline. You were the chosen one. So you were the one that had to suffer. Now, please believe you had other family members that suffered too. Let's say people may have lost their lives early, some type of disease, in the prison. Okay, but do you know that even though those family members suffered all of those things, it still was no comparison than the physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental suffering that you suffered as the chosen seed with the light. So it's no comparison. Their suffering is not the same as your suffering. It's almost like that song, When Doves Cry. It is a spiritual thing. So please believe, when you are made to cry, they're suffering and they don't even realize it. When they make you cry, you open up the realm of heavens, and the Most High comes out and looks out for you personally. It's because you are the light to bring those that are suffering and hurting out of the dark, because we are born into a dark place here. So your Marguerite Porette, her energy for you who have the light, who you feel like it's your fault, who you feel like you're not lovable, who you constantly questioning, why me? Why did I go through those things? You went through those things because there's a bigger purpose for you. Had not you hurt like that, had not you just been totally humiliated, how would you be able to identify with it? It's not easy, because remember, though, hold on. To whom much is giving, much is required. So when you have that light, you best believe you're going to have all types of shit coming your way. But it doesn't matter when you are of the light and you are love. It hurts, but you are still protected. And the only reason why it will affect you is because you in this body. But when you're the light, you don't need it. But some of you guys don't know just how warriors you are, because you decided to be the light, to be the love, to come down here in such a black, dark place and still be able to love, because sometimes you can lose yourself in such a wicked place here. So this is what it tells you. It says love is divine and I am nothing except love. That's all you are. You're love. And I'm telling you, Anytime you have people that reject you, it's because they don't love themselves and they don't feel like dealing with it. That's just what it is. You got a bunch of mentally tired, mentally lazy people because they've been so programmed, and if they're not healing, if they're not tapped in spiritually, if they're not looking for any type of spiritual guidance, then they're going to look for physical guidance or carnal guidance here. And we know that that's not going to last long. It's just going to create another trap for them here. So it says there's nothing more powerful than remembering that we are loved. And there's nothing and no one outside of us that is needed in order to realize this. It's between our experience of the divine in our own soul. We can let go of what we think we need to prove or who we think we need to be in order to receive love, because we remember that we are loved. Then we can stand in that truth even through flames here. See, she reminds us when we've forgotten that love is the essence of who we are. See there? See? You see that, child? Did you even know that you was the freaking essence of love? So see, it's like can't nobody do you wrong. They cannot abuse you. They cannot throw stones and hide their hands. They can't lay traps for you. They can't do spell work against you. They can't wish ill will against something that is, and that is love. They cannot move you off of a throne that they did not put you on. This is your divine purpose, is to be love. So just be love, because that's who you are. See, it says, and that true love is found within. Love has no beginning, no end, and no limit. And I am not nothing except love. This is a time to own and to know this truth more fully. It is the most profound and radical act we can ever take, knowing the love we already are. See, you are already loved. See, all the love you needed as a kid, you already was it. But of course you wasn't going to know it then. And then some of y'all was just so tough that even as a kid, you had that warrior energy and you was too strong and they did not like you as a child. Ain't that something? Ain't that something how adults see real in a kid and a kid trying to find their way dependent on adult? But it's okay because you came equipped with everything that you need. And this last card is Gladalop. It says the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. See there? I'm telling you, when you in the spiritual realm, because that's who you are, then you're all of these little jabs are they may sting a little bit, but they're not going to take you off of your crown and off of your destiny and off of your path. What is for you, you will get it. And anybody standing in the way, they will receive what they deserve here. But you don't have any blockages here. It's almost like it's hard trying to force love on the wicked people here. But that's okay. Those who have a contract with you that needs what you have to offer, it's going to resonate with them. You're going to change their life here. And see, that's what people don't like. Because some people don't want to change because, like I say, there is a such thing as a whole evil generation here. We are in those times where the light of love is needed. You hear me? The light of love is needed. You are already stamped with the Most High's approval. They already knew that in you when you were a kid. Once again, you were always the love. They wasn't. They were in the darkness trying to push you back and trying to knock you off of your destiny here because they had already chose a dark path. So now here you are, some of y'all, you grown now, you still dealing with the past hurt here. Spirit say you are loved, so there's no need for you to continue. Because Spirit say at this point, that baggage no longer belongs to you. Once you forgive, release it, it don't belong to you. So why? It's almost like a wound that somebody keeps taking the scab off of. Spirit says, stop taking that scab off that wound and let it heal so that you can go on and do greater works, because that's why you're here. Please believe wherever you feel like you are lacking in, the Most High got you. You already got it. But Spirit wants you to let that wound heal, because they have no effect on you if you let that wound heal, and you will realize that too. But you got to let that spot heal so that you can go on and do better things, because you are a divine empress of protection, of divine love. And if they don't understand you, then they are of the dark, because you're not coming with anything to hurt anybody. You're coming here to bring love for healing and getting people out of the darkness place. But down here, we all have our free will. So although people have their free will, although you may have to treat people with a long handled spoon, that's just what it is here. But don't allow their issues to become your issue. See, when a person do you wrong, it ain't because of you. That's their issue. That's their issue. That means that we were dealing with generational curses even as children, and we didn't know it. But as an adult, as a chosen of the light seed, you see it now. If you take the time to really think about it, it'll all start adding up to you now. And now it will make sense to you now. But there is a radical need to not keep on pulling that scab off, because like Spirit is telling you, you got greater works. And can't nobody stop you, because your works are protected by divine love. It is needed. Okay. So Our Lady of Guadalupe, where's she at? 30. All right. So let's see what Spirit is telling you about this divine empress energy here of protection. See, when you didn't have protection, when you were younger here, you really did have protection. Let me just tell you, you had everything you needed. And I know it may sound harsh now, but I'm telling you, whatever horrible thing you have experienced as a child, you had the protection there, but you still had to go through it. And it wasn't to break you down. It was to build you up, because that was going to make you strong. I guarantee you, you're stronger than any of your other siblings. You know you are. They're breaking, they're fumbling. But it's something uniquely in you that will not bend and it will not fold, because it's not about you. It's about the destiny and your purpose here. You're making a difference here, whether you understand it or not here. So let's check this out, and let's go on and wrap this up here. But somebody needed to hear this. Don't you know that you are safe and divinely protected? You are held in love at all times. So see, you are held in love at all times when you are loved, right? So it says that when what is outside of us is also within us, even if we have never experienced a mother's love, the true force of that loving protection exists within us. See there? See, now that just made me cry almost. It just made my heart just jump, because I knew that that's what that was about here. It's almost like, stop blaming you. Don't blame the mama. Your mama had a journey to take too. That was hers, because she was of the dark. And you'd be surprised at what your mother really went through. You'd be surprised. You can imagine all the things that women, I guarantee you, if your mother did you wrong, she went through something similar as a child. And her way of dealing with it was to not deal with it at all, because it could have broken her, and it may have broken her. A lot of times the mothers don't want to face those things, because it just hurts so bad and they feel like they can't change it. A lot of our mothers, y'all, was nowhere nearly as strong as us. So just throw it to the wind, because your mama ain't you and you ain't your mama. You just came from your mama for a reason. And some of y'all are way much more gangster than your parents ever was. So now it's time to let it heal and move on. Forgive mama for all her faults. Forgive daddy. Forgive all those sorry ass people that did serve a higher purpose for you. And deuce it away, because you're protected. And you're going to make a difference in their life too. You have, because please believe, if they did anything wrong to you, they're suffering today as an older person here. So it says here, so we can give it to ourselves. So it says that when this energy shows up here, the energy of a mother's love can travel to meet you anywhere, collective, whether within the world or within your own heart. The message is that she is here. You are mothered. But the message is also to ask you what you need. So she gave him her image emblazoned, made his cloak, one that has been venerated and considered holy ever since. So she gave somebody a cloak, in other words here. You know how what some folks used to do back in the day when, let's say, a mother had to leave her child at the babysitter. A baby becomes familiar with the smell. I'm telling you, out of everybody's smell in that world, I'm telling you, your baby knows your smell, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the sound of you. And what people would do is leave that baby something that smelled like its mother, so that that baby would not, because a baby is not, you're not gonna get no peace out that baby, because that baby is yearning for its mother. It's innocent. It needs that protection that the mother gives. So your mother may have not protected you out of whatever reason. That could have been that she was just dealing with spiritual warfare at the time and dealing with her own demons, and she took it out on you. So it doesn't make her weaker. It just makes you stronger. That's all. So it's almost like, don't you know that you may not have a physical cloak that's around you? So it's like you got that cape of protection, that shield of love, of protection that is cloaked around you. It's invisible, so you ain't got to take it to the dry cleanse. You ain't got to worry about losing. No, it's spiritual, and it's energetically, and it's always wrapped around you. Collective is what Spirit is telling you with this. See there? This beautiful here. She gave him her image to make this check, and that he would be venerated. Okay, in the holy sense. Okay, we are ennobled with free will. The divine needs our request for assistance in order to enter our lives. All we need to do is to assume the simplicity, the heart, and the humility of a child, and ask for a sign that she is here. We will be met with more love than we could ever even imagine. And love is always the greatest and most powerful energy of protection. See? Once again, somebody is a magician here. See, you are of the light and the love, collective. See there? See, that's why you're here. But I feel like since you are of the light and the love, your music, you could be, anytime you want to open up that portal so that you can feel divine love, tap into music. You could hum. I'm talking about, you can get some you can mess around and get you 2 spoons together and play hambo, have you heard? You have that, you are the gateway. You are the mediator here. You have that open door communication that is open to you. And if you are gifted in music of any type of way here, you are a channeler. You can open up the floods of the heaven here. Spirit is asking you to practice more on that gift, because it brings your answers. It helps you manifest here. It brings you peace, and it also activates that love energy or that love gene from within yourself. Because remember, you ain't got to go outside yourself. You came with it. You are of the light here. Once again, some of you guys are writers, you are teachers. It's time for you to teach, because you are of the light and of love, and you are what the world needs. You are what the world needs. So once again, there's a need to not pull the scab off. Let it heal, forgive, release. Everybody that did you wrong, they're weak. You're strong. I know it may not felt like it, but that's what it is. Remember, to whom much is given, much is required. You're not going through those things because you are something wrong with you. You're going through those things because everything is right with you, and you are here to make things right with the world. You are the chosen seed of the light, and it's time for you to teach. So it's time for you to write that novel. It's time for you to write that. It's time for you to create something so that it can impact the world, because what the world needs is your love, Your love that has the shine, that has the light, that has the healing attached to it. What the world needs is the divine's love through you. All right, y'all, that's your reading. That's your channel message. Please like, share, and subscribe.